Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Lal. I'm a board certified dermatologist. I'm doing my pediatric dermatology fellowship right now, and next year I'm going to be a cosmetic surgery fellow in New York and New Jersey. I will be a handful of people that will be trained in general, adult, pediatric, and cosmetic dermatology, and I consider myself to be a true skincare expert. So I take care of patients of all ages, of all backgrounds, of all skin tones. So I'm going to talk to you about myself. I'm of an Indian background, and I've always had trouble with oily skin and dark spots and light spots. In fact, I'm actually just getting over a dark spot here, and that's with the help of some of the products that I've been using. I will preface this by saying I do not have any conflicts of interest, meaning no company pays me to talk about their product, and that's great because it's real talk. I'm going to tell you what I think and what I like. This is not advice that's generally for the public. This is just my skincare routine. Obviously, you should see a board-certified dermatologist for your personalized routine based on your skincare needs, so I hope you enjoy. So this is a little bit of a hybrid because I actually do everything in the shower, just like Susan does. So this is a modified version of what I do. So the first thing I do is I want to get rid of all the stuff that I had on in the morning. That's important because I use a lot of serums and I use a lot of products at night that I want to get into my skin. So what is my first line of defense? My first line of defense is a good face wash. I alternate face washes. One of my favorite face washes is one that many people hate, and that is the St. Ives washes. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are going to write comments, and guess what? I don't really care, because the people who say don't use this don't really know who's a good candidate to use this. I have oily skin, I don't have any current acne, I don't have any dark spots or light spots on my face, making me a good candidate for a wash that has an exfoliating component or this walnut that people worry about. If I had a lot of pimples on my face that were red and painful and pus bumpy, using this would make it much worse because I'm irritating the skin, increasing inflammation, bringing more of those inflammatory mediators to the skin that could promote scarring. If you don't have that, it doesn't really matter. I like this because I like exfoliating my skin. I use like 7 products in the morning and I want all that gunk off. The other thing that I like using is a refined charcoal face wash. I like the charcoal face wash because it's a face wash brand and a skincare brand that is targeted towards men. But I like this charcoal wash because for someone with oily skin like me, it literally gets off all my dirt. For St. Ives, I put this much, right? So not that much, maybe like one little fingertip's worth. And I make sure it's nice and thick, and I rub it all over my head as well, and my neck. And I like to rub. And I like to rub and scrub, and I have nothing on my skin. And so for me, I like to make sure that I'm getting all of this nice, it smells really nice, this nice material on my face to get off all of the junk that I put on in the morning so that my nighttime serums will act very nicely and moisturize and stay in. And I do this for about 60 seconds because otherwise you're not going to get everything off. And now I want to make sure I get everything, and now I'm going to wash my face. So now that I've washed my face with St. Ives and I've taken a shower, I want to talk to you about why I like St. Ives. I like products that are affordable. When I see patients, I talk to them about looking at ingredients. I think it's very important that when we look at products, we analyze them by their ingredients and not by their brand name. I have a lot of products that people always come in with and they say, oh my gosh, I have so and it cost $180 and I haven't seen a difference. And that's because $180 doesn't equivocate to having a better product. Yes, you have a brand name. Yes, there's quality. Yes, all of that's important. But when it comes to spending money, I think it's important to be bougie on a budget. This is what I say all the time to all my patients. We want to be bougie on a budget. Let's spend money where we know it's going to work. For example, neurotoxins, soft tissue fillers, biostimulatory agents, and light and energy-based devices with lasers, we know give us outcomes when you go to the right person. So for example, I do Botox every 4 to 6 months onto my forehead. I do filler underneath my eyes. I do the Cyton Halo, which is a hybrid laser, every 3 to 4 months. I do hair removal laser. These are things that to me are cost effective because there's long-lasting outcomes associated with these things, and they're going to give me the outcome that I want. So don't spend money on things that are very expensive just because other people have them or because they're expensive. Consult a board-certified dermatologist. Talk about the ingredients for the results that you want, for the skin type that you have, for the skin problems that you have. So the next step after I wash my face is I like using the Hydro Boost City Shield Hyaluronic Acid and Antioxidant Spray. It has magnesium, copper, and zinc, all of which are antioxidants and are ions that our skin needs and work in wound healing. So I always spritz a little bit on because it's very nice. It acts as a moisturizer for the skin, and that is step 2 of my regimen at night. So next in my regimen is a topical tranexamic acid serum by the NATURIUM. This has tranexamic acid, kojic acid, niacinamide, and licorice root. Why do I love this product? Well, this has a number of different agents in it that target hyperpigmentation from different pathways. This is not like other bleaching agents such as hydroquinone, and so you don't have the adverse effects that are associated with hydroquinone such as irritation and even long-term risk of ochronosis if you use this for a long period of time. It's definitely gentler and takes more time than does hydroquinone, but in combination with hydroquinone, if you have dark spots, it works very well. I use this because I'm resolving from a couple of dark spots after a laser treatment, and I also like using it to prevent dark spots. So I just put a little bit on, and it's this nice color. So I put a little bit on, just like that much. It's a nice consistency. It's not greasy. You don't need a lot. And I really just make sure I get it all over my head, my nose, my under eyes, because I'm convinced that some of the hyperpigmentation that I have underneath my eyes is post-inflammatory, whether it is from rubbing in my sleep or who knows what, but it works well. Tranexamic acid is something I also prescribe in my clinic orally for patients who have melasma, and it works wonders. So obviously topically when you apply a product, it's not as strong as if you take it by mouth, but you've reduced the side effects by using things on the skin. They just take longer to work. And it's a non-irritating product, very safe to use. The next step in my regimen is another serum by the same company, NATURIUM, and it's an azelaic acid that has niacinamide and vitamin C. Vitamin C is another antioxidant in the skin. It's a potent scavenger of free radicals, meaning bad things that damage your skin. It also stabilizes many enzymes that are involved in the synthesis of proteins in the skin, and azelaic acid works well for rosacea, acne, dark spots, and it's also a great product that I like using on my face. And on my neck, I never forget my neck. And so I think serums are great. These were very affordable serums. I basically recommend it to all my patients with conditions like melasma, dark spots from acne. If patients have acne and they don't want to get dark spots, it's basically 2 serums in the stable skin regimen that I recommend. It's something that people are so happy with. They come back and they say that this is something that really they wish they had known about years ago because they've been dealing with these problems and using all these products that were so expensive that didn't give them the outcome. The thing that's really good about serums is they go on very nicely. They don't leave a nasty film or anything like that, depending on which serum that you get. But again, affordability is key. A lot of people want these CE combinations and they're $160, and that's fine if you want to spend all that money and waste it. But I think it's better to use it on products based on their ingredients, how they feel in your skin, how they work. Also, a product is only as good as your use. If you're going to use it every day, you're going to reap its benefits. And so this is something that I use in the morning and at night to help get rid of those dark spots, prevent dark spots, and scavenge those free radicals that I probably come in contact with every day because of pollution, from being outside, and who knows what. Okay? Hello again. The next step in my skincare regimen is I put a nighttime cream on. The nighttime cream that I'm currently using and that I currently enjoy is by Refine. It's a men's skincare brand that is anti-aging and anti-wrinkle, and it has retinol, it has Matrixyl 3000, and it has CQ10 along with vitamin E. Let's see what else does it have in here. It has sodium hyaluronic, which is great. It's a moisturizer that's great for the skin. It has shea butter, which is also a great moisturizer. It has CQ10. A lot of people don't know, but CQ10 is something that's debiquinating, meaning it binds up all these bad things that our body doesn't need. So I love CQ10 in creams. I'm very glad that they have it. It has niacinamide, which is all the rage these days for hyperpigmentation, for acne, for anti-aging. It has squalene, which is also a great moisturizer. It's part of some of the natural moisturizing factors that our skin has. So the reason why I like this brand is because it's targeted towards men. There's not a lot of men's skincare brands that have a peptide in it, a retinol in it, and a CQ10 enzyme in it. So this is what I like. Obviously, you can find other products that have a similar combination of things. Peptides are the new rage. I will say that it's not, you can't really just look at a cream, and I was just using a very little amount. A little goes a long way because retinol can be irritating to the skin. I have very strong skin when it comes to retinol and retinoids. I use a topical retinoid that is photostable in the morning, and so this is my second retinoid component of the day. But what I was saying is, if you're going to use a peptide serum or peptide cream and expect it to erase all your lines, that's not how it works. I think peptides are the last part of a skincare regimen that you should add. You definitely need a sunscreen every morning. You need a topical retinoid, you need some hyaluronic acid, some antioxidants, peptides come all the way at the end. Last but not least, my secret ingredient, something that no one ever expects when I talk to them, that is Jurgen's Natural Glow. Now, this is targeted for reducing cellulite. I ain't got no cellulite in my face, but let me tell you, it has elastin and collagen in it that are hydrolyzed, and these are really great because these are proteins that are broken down in our skin as we age. Not that this is going to replace any of those things, but it's going to help our body naturally make a little bit more of that. It also has dihydroxyacetone in it, which is basically a sunless tanner. So I'm somebody that doesn't like pale skin. I'm all about melanin magic, skin of color, loving my skin tone. And because I don't like getting blotchy skin or dark spots, I also want something that's going to even out my skin tone. So the dihydroxyacetone helps match my natural skin color. I get the fair to medium skin tone. They have so many different color variations for all skin types. For this, it's also a great moisturizer, so I make sure I put enough of it on so that none of the, my skin doesn't get dry throughout the night, okay? And like I said, I get my whole face, my under eyes, my head, and I never forget the neck. So that's my nighttime skincare regimen. But as a guy, as you can see, I'm not just like doing this. I'm really packing it in there. I want it to go in. I want these products to seep into my skin because I want to reap their benefits. But again, I come back to a lot of these products sit on top of our skin. Very little of it is all being absorbed by the skin. No collagen that you put on your skin is going to go and replace the bone loss, the fat loss, and the collagen loss that you've accumulated over years, okay? Things like filler, biostimulatory agents, and laser will. So I always say, if you're somebody that's looking for getting rid of things that you've gotten over many years, you really need to combine a good skincare regimen with a good dermatologic regimen with procedures. I'm not somebody who promotes procedures on anybody, but you have to give people realistic expectations. I can give people great skincare regimens, and yes, I can help the outside of your skin look good, but the volume and the bony changes that happen with time have to be replaced by other means. I hope that was helpful. Again, I'm a board certified adult dermatologist. I'm also a pediatric dermatology fellow. We'll be taking my board soon in October, and I'm going to be a cosmetic surgery fellow next year. So I'm going to have 3 different backgrounds, and I see patients of all ages with different medical problems. I'm not afraid of any medical conditions, whether they're autoimmune diseases, hair loss, everything. I just don't do acne or skin checks. I do everything. And so when I talk about skincare, I'm seeing this from a different angle. I also work in an area where I see many different skin types and skin tones, and so I get to tailor my treatments for patients this way. If you're interested and you want to follow me, you can follow me at Sir Dermsalot. That is SirDermzalot on Instagram. I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't have a TikTok, but I'm quite active on Instagram, and I often do a lot of medical education with quizzes that people enjoy, and I talk about skincare with regards to the evidence that we have, and I talk from a non-sponsoring perspective, meaning no one influences me to say whatever I say. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I hope you enjoyed my bald, bearded, bougie on a budget skincare regimen.